Hey folks, I just want to shout out to a gentleman from work. If he watches this, he'll know who he is. Young man, really bright, really smart. We've had some conflicts on the election. He seemed to be very anti-Trump early on. And we had some words, but he just kind of, and I said some stuff to him, and it was pretty tough about it. I was pretty tough on him. But I really respect the guy. I think that he ought to be running our center one day. And he's great. And he looked at my channel and he said he didn't realize how professional it was. And I really want to thank him. And I wish you all the best, you and your family. Okay, buddy? You know who you are. Okay. Protests in Germany turn against pro-refugee politicians. This is from Mr. Martin Armstrong at Armstrong Economics. I purchased his movie, The Forecaster. It's on its way. It's coming from Germany because they wouldn't make it here in the United States. It's coming from Germany, I believe. If my facts are wrong, I'm sorry. This guy spent 11 years in prison over algorithm that he wouldn't give over. The guy is a stud. That's all you can say. And he's very big on war and peace. I also got the one on the sovereign debt cycles and war, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. And we're going to go through that. All right, we're going to start with this one. This is a short one. This is shocking. Read this. The resistance to the refugees in Germany keep rising. German Mayor Joachim Kippenschall of Orseldorf had to be hospitalized after he was severely beaten after expressing support for asylum seekers. He was attacked from behind as he walked to the planning meeting on Thursday night. Michael Richter, the head of the party on the town council of Friedal on the outskirts of Dresden in Saxony, had death threats and his car was blown up outside his home. The report was written a few days before Cologne mayoral candidate Henrietta Riker was stabbed in the neck. So that's a chick. A chick got stabbed. All right, if that's a dude's name, please straighten me out, okay? That report warned of a rise in Germany. I'd say that it's I don't think it's just a warning. I'd say that don't look too good. That would be directed against the pro-refugee politicians. Protests have been rising in Germany since January when more than 200 protesters were arrested. Okay, this is another one. Say, war cycle. I think that should be on target. Sad to say. Cycle of war and political change. I'm not going to go into that. That's pretty deep stuff. We're just going to read. We're going to read in English, not in graphs. But let me speak to this. This Economic Council Confidence Model, ECM. You'll see that on there. He has different confidence models for different countries. And what he's saying there is that economic confidence is the most important. And when it turns down, then you're going to see changes in trends. And he is a person who believes in math, who believes in gravity, if you will. And he's saying that these cycles are working, and we have all these facts and these things that are going on here. But really what's going on is gravity, the earth. Believe it or not, the earth, the universe, the suns, all this crap has something to do with us. These animals and these little birds chirping, we're all connected to this. Believe it or not, that's what he's saying. He might not like my characterization, but that's how I see it. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. All right. And, yeah, we're going to go ahead. All indicators are now pointing to war between USA and Russia. It appears the powers that be in Washington fear a Trump victory, and he would end nation building. The military needs to start a war now, because if Trump were elected, Okay. I didn't even know I was going. Sorry, we're going to keep going. If Trump were elected, he would not go along with the mess. Even Russia TV is talking about war in the aftermath of the collapse of the ceasefire effects in Syria, as Obama administration and Russia accuse each other of sinking diplomacy. And Moscow is now increasing its military presence on all fronts, moving nuclear weapons onto the border with Poland and throughout the Baltic region, as well as in the Mediterranean. All nuclear agreements have been suspended, for which Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize. If you really believe that BS for his nuclear proliferation treaty, Russia Primetime News is warning that the United States wants to provoke conflict. I cannot say Russia is wrong. It is indeed the Obama administration that appears to be hell-bent on starting war. The Cold War is back, and ever since our Cold War cycle turned up in 2014, the escalation of collapse in relations to the relationship forged by Reagan began with a crisis over Ukraine in 2014, precisely on target. Russia invaded Syria precisely on the day of our turning point in the economic confidence model, October 1st, 2015, which warned that this would be the primary focus for this current wave in ECM going into 2020. At first, there appears to be something easing in the sanctions imposed by Obama on Russia, intending to compel the people to overthrow Putin. That stupid policy over embroiled Putin domestically raises his approval rating. Whatever hopes that the Cold War would warm up is clearly delusional at best. Delusional at best. That's a strong line. The Obama administration has suggested that further Russian actions in Syria could amount to war crimes, and is clearly setting the stage for a Trump victory to be called fraud, and blame shift to Putin by disrupting the U.S. election. Cyber attacks have now been listed as an act of war, both in the USA and NATO, in an effort to justify military actions. Mikhail Gorbachev has even come out of retirement and stated publicly, the world has got to a dangerous phase, in an interview with State News Services RIA Roshikov on Monday. This gives me no pleasure to see this model performing with the degree of accuracy. Obviously, a war with Russia would impact European currencies and send capital fleeing to the dollar, fulfilling yet another model. There you have it. I've already discussed this war stuff. I made this clear. I'm anti-war. I'm not pro-Trump. I think he's the best. He's very, very flawed. I don't like the guy. I don't like him. I don't like people that cheat on their wife. I don't like people joke about cheating on their wife. I don't like it. All right. Do like my people did, my family, okay? When we cheated on our wives, we kept our mouth shut about it, okay? That's the way you do it, by the way. Out.